And by not doing so, they were looking at, they filed a new case against them that was a first-degree felony. And, you know, the range of punishment was life in prison.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real life street Starz. You know what time it is.
Message? Well, you know, it's because it's funny because that's, you know, that's the one thing always, man, I make him sign the NDA. That's the first thing you hear, but it's like, I don't think that's gonna fly. No more, buddy.
If you believe that, then believe all the people who used, what was the big trend one time? The EIN numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, all your friends who went to jail behind that.
Yeah.
It ain't real. I mean, certain things you do, you got to know. There's a hint of problem or criminal repercussions for that.
Yeah.
And if you believe that, then chances are it really is.
Right. Yeah, it's going to jail. Go to jail. Man, we got to shout out our boy Derrick Groves, man, out of New Orleans, man. He kind of held it down for a little second now. They're escaping out of jail. He stood down, stood tall.
I remember that. How long did he get?
I think he was gone for about 120. How long was he gone? He was gone for damn near half a year, I believe.
And my man was what, in the neighborhood?
Yeah, man, he was in the neighborhood dressing up like a woman in the grocery store. I don't know if that was really him, but they made it seem like it was him. But anyway, he got arrested. He just got arrested in October, man. Basically arguing with his girlfriend, and they got wind of him and they came and arrested him, man. So for that, he's back in jail. Mm-hmm. What type of new charges is he facing?
They're gonna lower the boot. In the boot. Mm. They're gonna lower the boot in the boot. And so, look, anytime you abscond like that, in some states, if you're on, I had a case, someone that you guys know very well and I may have interviewed. And it was a case that we knew the same person, that individual absconded, and to my surprise, they were subject to potentially life in prison.
Because of the new charges?
Because they didn't show up. They had a felony and didn't show up, and by not doing so, they were looking at. They filed a new case against them that was a first-degree felony, and you know the range of punishment was life in prison. And I was like, this is wild. And so with them doing everything that they did, because you got to remember the government, the law enforcement was embarrassed. You had a gang of dudes run out of there. It was probably more dudes got out of jail than ran into Gucci's in Los Angeles during the riot. There was a lot of dudes get out. Was it like 12, 14 of them? Was it or more like 8?
Man, let me see how many people. It was a lot.
While you doing that, it was, I know I looked at it and I was like, how did they keep that quiet? Right? Because that's a lot of dudes to keep everything contained and nobody said anything. But let's just say more than 10 of them ended up escaping. Dude, that in itself was an
10.
embarrassment.
It was 10 in
It was 10.
Yeah.
So that's an embarrassment. And so they're not going to let that go. And you got a jury who live in that community.
That has to be inside job, right?
No, they was. It was. Yeah. I think they had
the CO or whatever.
Yeah, one of the COs, as you call them, the correctional officers, actually was involved in that situation because I think they were like digging behind one of the pipes in one of the bathrooms or one of the cells, and end up escaping. And one of the correctional officers got in trouble for that. And so, man, it's amazing how some of these cases that you talk about, I have a close connection with.
You know, so funny. Like it's not until you see the documentary where you start seeing the creativity that some people have when you just have idle time, bro. Like when you have time to really just think. Some of these people be really like brilliant, man. Like, what are some of the most brilliant criminal activities that you've seen? I'm just curious now.
I'm not going to repeat them.
Got you.
And the only reason why I don't want to repeat them is because I'm trying to protect y'all. Because some of these things are still very viable, right? And I don't want you guys to go to jail behind something this creative evil genius has come up with. But I had some dudes who knew how to get money that weren't theirs. And what they did in order to get it, I literally said, man, do you know you could invent anything? Do you know how smart you are? And because this is absolutely amazing.
Like, bro, if you just had a different route, boy, you just
Yes. So all of you guys who have come up with creative ways to commit crimes, try to find a legal means for it.
Yeah. Try to crowdfund some of these ideas.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm telling you, I've seen some things that's like, I might need to do that. I'm a couple of dollars short. I might need to go ahead and do what they doing, and just like, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how I got $10,000. But these dudes and gals, man, they did some real things. So I want to touch on one more thing about the NBA.
Yeah.
Because I knew Damian Jones when he was playing basketball at U of H.
Oh, that's one of the ones that went down, right?
That's one of the three.
Oh,
he was the assistant coach.
Damn.
And he was a good dude. But sometimes, man, you get caught up in the stardom and the money. And when it's not there, you don't know what to do with yourself. And you still kind of want that attention, and you still kind of want to be there. I don't know if that is what took place with him, but when you are the talk of the town and you're no longer the talk of the town and you're not on TV being a broadcaster and you're not getting that shine, sometimes different elements, criminal elements, will bring you in and give you that shine and make you feel what you felt while you were there. I had a situation in which I had a position that garnished a lot of attention. And my wife looked at me and she said, how are you going to deal with yourself when you're no longer that person? And I told her that attention was the job, not me. I just was in a job that garnished that attention.
Right.
I understand that. So, and I am going to enjoy seeing what God has in my life going forward to do what I do. I'm not going to miss that because that's for that position. And a lot of people can't really let go of the position and they get themselves into things such as this.
That's good that you're able to keep it grounded. Because again, like I said, I seen you at the event and you was the man in that event, undoubtedly. You know what I mean? So that's dope. And again, shout out to your wife, man. Y'all are just both down to earth. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be good to have that type of support system around you.
Shout out RealLyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move it. Hey.